Hi, this is the Minister of Goblin Affairs, here giving a brief overview of what Goblin Deals is and what fantasy it is trying to satisfy. First, a little about me and my experience with RPGs, as it might give a little insight as to why I would go about making my own TTRPG with my friends. I started playing TTRPGs when I was quite young, 9 I think. My dad had been a longtime player in DM and could see that 9-year-old me could have a lot of fun playing D&D, so he taught me and my siblings to play. I'm not sure what edition it was exactly. I'm not even sure if he was using a particular edition, but regardless, it was a blast. When I was about 12, I started DMing, mostly for my siblings and the neighborhood kids at first, but then I made some friends that I would run for. At this point, we were playing 4E and mostly following the rules. After those friends moved away, the amount I played really tapered off. In 10th grade, I sat beside another student who happened to have the same name as me. We started talking, and he mentioned that he was trying to start a D&D group with some of his friends. He had played 5e with another group as a player while on a trip and wanted to run the game. I asked if I could join, and although the games he ran didn't quite work out, we remained friends. After I got a hold of the 5e manuals, I ran the game for our friend group all the way through high school. Throughout this time, every game took place in a new world crafted by me, and none of them lasted long. I think the highest level we ever got to was around 5 or 6. After high school, I started running my games in the same consistent world, called the Realm of Mibber. These games took place at different times and places in the world, following different characters through different adventures. One of the most fun aspects of this was being able to understand the game world and the feeling of building it together. Knowing that this character from a previous game is now an important historical figure in the world is a really cool feeling. I've been running 5e for my games for around 7 years now. It can be a fun game, but I feel it doesn't really deliver on a lot of the fantasy I want to explore. The magic system is incredibly soft, which I find annoying for mostly world building reasons. The prevalence of resurrection magic makes histories of kings where they die in battle but aren't immediately brought back kind of strange. The characters at higher levels are basically superheroes, making challenging them adequately difficult. I always found low level play much more satisfying. If we were playing at higher levels and someone wanted to join us, we would have to pick between giving them a character on par with the level of the other characters, and have them not know how to properly play their character, or start them at level 1 and have them feel inferior to the main players. We tried to remedy this in a few ways, some complicated, others less so. None of them worked very well. The biggest thing that has started to annoy me in regards to 5e is the concept of the 3 pillars of play: exploration, social interaction, and combat. That's what the game says it is about. Combat is a well fleshed out system with all sorts of powers, actions, and clear rules. The other two, not so much. A game to me is something with rules, something with a procedure. You can have fun exploring a grove or speaking with the shopkeep NPC, but it's mostly on the DM to decide how they're going to run those situations. There's no structure to them. In other words, exploration and social interaction are not supported by the game, they are supported by the DM. Goblin Deals is meant to be a D12 roll low, low magic TTRPG whose primary fantasy is about building a world and faction together through time, starting all the way at the Stone Age. The main part of the gameplay will be players playing one or more characters in scenarios where they need to go out into the world and achieve some goal. By achieving these goals, they can gain benefits to their faction, such as their tribe in the Stone Age. The characters they play can have stories of their own and may be remembered in the history of the world, but the faction will be the consistent element of play. Players might play the same character for a single scenario or 10, but they will still be part of the same faction. Time is the most important resource in Goblin Deals. One of the Goblin Master's primary duties is to track time on different scales, ranging from 6-second rounds to 100-year centuries. The players can use who their main character is at the time to take different actions at different scales. For instance, a character can take the attack round action or the bed rest week action. The game is designed to incentivize resolving conflicts with things other than combat, including stealth and diplomacy. The primary way it does this is by making combat very dangerous and costly in time. Unlike 5e or other versions of D&D, there are no levels and no hit point increases. Even a single injury has drastic effects on every roll that character makes and needs time and successful healing rolls to recover. An unattended injury can quickly increase to a wound and then a mortal wound. This isn't to say combat is impossible, just costly. The worlds in Goblin Deals are broken down into clear maps of nested hexes, so exploration can be tracked in time. There are clear rules for fishing, foraging, hunting, and the like. Characters need to eat, and tracking gear is important. These systems are abstracted for simplicity. We don't need to know what in particular you ate or how many ounces that dagger weighs, just that you ate and whether or not you can carry that dagger. One of the primary goals in creating Goblin Deals is making a game I can have fun with my friends with, but I also want to make it simple and clear enough that anyone can play as the Goblin Master if they want to. If along the way someone else finds the system enjoyable, I welcome them to start their own group. If you do, let me know how it goes in the comments. I don't expect the game to be done anytime soon. Our first Scenario Playtest is coming up soon, and I intend to post it here on YouTube. We will be using the version 0.1 rules, which I will link in the details. After the playtest, these rules will likely see some changes, probably some significant ones. This has been the Minister of Goblin Affairs. Hope to catch you on the playtest.